Hey Mina, this is Sage and welcome to watch my video. And the Volt has been reworked, his ability. All this has been reworked. Let's play Volt for a little bit. The first and second ability, it's kind of the same, but the second ability becomes, it used to be boost up your allies when they are all in range, but now it becomes it will still boost your allies in range, but if your allies are not getting the speed, it will leave. You can't see now because I'm all alone, but if you play with teammates, when you use the second skill, it will leave a vortex thing on the ground, and if your allies pick that up, they will gain the speed as well. They will get speed as well. And the first skill, as you can see, the shape is different, and now you can pick them up. And it's not something good about this. It actually follows your mouse where you point it. It's not really follow the position where your Warframe faced. It's actually pretty good. So I think it's useful when you are rescuing your ally, because when you are doing the reviving, you can just point your shield at the enemies. So I think it's quite good when you can carry it around, and if you press X again, it will just put it on the ground. And now it has the limit to do the shields. You can actually only do 4 shields at once, and just like the snow globe for frost, the first shield will disappear if you cast them over 4 shields. And if you use first skills, now you can charge your shields. When enemy walk through it, it will stun the enemies. And I think you can also put it around the enemies. No, not really. Okay. When you pick up the shields, it will drain your energies, and at the same time you can only use your secondary weapons. So now Volt does need more powerful secondary weapons. And of course you can see the walking speed is slower, but it's okay, just use speed. Okay. And as you can see, there's a small number keep going on when I'm walking or, well, running. That's the passive skill for Volt. You will get the extra damage when you walk longer, but it doesn't go really high. You can get only highest in 1000, and in every attack, no matter is your casting, your ability, or is the weapon attack, that damage will just go off. See, now it's gone. So it's not a very, I must say, it's not a very useful passive, because you can't. When you're playing, you won't just stay in one spot and keep spinning, and until the damage goes 1000, and just do one shot, and you have to do that again. It's just a stupid passive. And I must say, Volt is quite a good frame, and it's a very cool looking frame, but it's not a very super powerful frame, and not many people use them in difficult missions. It's easier to have Volt when you're doing some easy missions, because the speed is really useful. And now let's try the new 4th skill, the ultimate skill. It used to be Overlord, and now it becomes Discharge. The enemy stun time is actually longer. It's now more like a crowd control abilities than the damage abilities. And I found something weird because, as you can see, I already not having the shields on, but it will not automatically just change back to primary weapons. You will need to do it on yourself. This is very weird. And let's do some experiment about the discharge. Here is my mod. Yeah, is my mod, and basically I just give it a little bit of everything. And some people use range because the full skill need to be wide range to control a lot, but well, it's kind of good, but range, the range mod here, overextended, it reduces the strength, and I found that the strength actually affect how long you can stun the enemies. Like this one, discharge, this one, there's a health here, it's 7,000. It's actually decided by the strength mod. I think it's decided by strength mod. If I say anything wrong, just correct me in the comment below. Okay, I'm ignorant. So list the health here means how many damages it can release in just one shot. So there's a kind of a health bar for the skill itself. If the damage is all released, even the duration still going on, in this case 16 seconds. If before 16 seconds the 7,000 damage is already all released on the enemies, the stun time will be cancelled. So well, let's try. I will take off all the strength mod. As you can see, it's 4,000 only. So let's try it again to see if we can stun the same longer time with the enemies. Maybe I should use higher level enemies before they died. I need to see how they stunned. So let's just walk into them and hope though for the best we don't die. Because the damage per second is not very high, so stays quite long. And now I'll put a strength mod on to see the difference. Okay. It's weird because they will still do damage for people go around them, but they will not get stunned again. I'm still not very sure about this ability. So the stun effect is only when you're casting the skill in the first place, I think. So the duration does matter with the duration time, because the enemy doesn't get killed automatically. So the strength doesn't do any difference, and we put the durations in the maximum. Come on, I'm just doing some experiment here. Stop interrupting me. Okay, let me try this again. Let me put a range mod on to see if we still have durations, but having more enemies stunned, is it affect the time they're stunned? But the damage is lowering as well. So as you can see, the health now it's only 1,600. I don't know if that affects as well. Again, 20 enemies. Okay, we still have 20 seconds. Apparently the range mod is necessary for the crowd control build. Almost every enemy is stunned down. Does it affect the time? No, it doesn't. Okay, so stun more enemies doesn't really necessarily make the time shorter. So for the build, we do need max range. So we need max range and max time, I think, max duration. So I take off continuity. Sorry, not continuity, constitution. And let's put this one. Okay, let's see. What now? So now the duration is 25 seconds, and the health is 2,800. But it affects speed a little bit too much because the reload speed and the running speed actually it's affected by the strength build. So it might not be as fast as it could be, but it becomes a crowd control type of Warframe. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, again we can stun all the enemy, no problem. And the duration is quite okay. Someone attack me? Oh, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck. I think it's quite good. So the problem is speed. Now speed doesn't do as much benefit as it could be, because this one overextended actually lowering the strength pretty big. But I think this is pretty good for crowd control. So let's vote. Let's rework for vote. Let's wrap it up for today's video. And this is some of the new update in Warframe, and I think it's pretty cool that we can check it out together. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, hit the like and comment, also share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and stay safe. I'll see you in the next video.